This is the Motorbike Show. It must have only been a few weeks ago that I donned my tweed suit and made my annual pilgrimage to Bike Shed in London's East End. Every year this event is the showcase for everyone and anyone who's into this new wave, shed-built style custom scene. You can see everything here, from calf racers to flat trackers, bobbers to brat-style cruisers. One of the founders of this movement here in the UK is Steve Hilary from Red Max Speed Shop, who was displaying his gorgeous Ducati calf racers at the show. So I thought I'd take a closer look at what makes Steve tick down at his workshops near Alresford in sunny Hampshire. Call it what you will, brat-style, new wave custom calf racer. Everyone thinks it's a new scene, Steve, is it?
I don't think so. I think, you know, I was brought up with Brit bikes, and we used to go to rallies each year, and you'd see customised bikes, calf racers, and things in between. And I've been seeing this thing going on for years.
Would you say Red Max has a speciality?
The Ducati side of the custom scene is our niche. I mean, we do flat trackers, we do calf racers of all sorts, but the Ducati side of it, we kind of concentrate on that, and there's nowhere for anybody else to go really for a Ducati calf racer. So yeah, I would definitely say that's our niche.
Here in his shop, Steve works with his father to create an eclectic mix of specials, all of which start with a donor bike that either Steve has bought or a customer turns up with. This scene is all about there being no rules at all, and this calf racer special really sums that up. Tell me about that bike, because to me, that's marrying, you know, there are no rules there, is it? I mean, it's sort of British calf racer meets Harley meets just loveliness.
No, that's right. We bought a second-hand Sportster, and we just worked away at it to try and get it as Brit calf racer looking as we could. It's fast, it handles, it brakes, as well as just looking like an old British bike. I really think if you can make it look old and make it work like a new bike, then you've succeeded in what you're doing.
Steve is adamant that it's the enthusiast in their sheds at home that are really making this scene happen. For him, everything and anything can be and must be customised.
If you've got a bike, you know, say a Z650, and you want to flat track it, just go ahead, flat track it, because somebody has to be the first anyway. So if you make an amazing bike, you might get people then go on the roll and copy your bike.
This whole shed-built scene has actually been around for about 10 years, so all of us who are passionate about it are always looking to the future. What is the future?
I think the future is the past myself.
As often is the case.
Yeah,
Steve.
because I like anything modern that we can look retro, that's a kind of a throwback thing. So I will try and build a modern bike in the old style. That kind of really shows where the scene is, you know, modern bikes that look a bit like a 60s scrambler, you know, and it's not hard to do.
Well, Steve's creations are certainly, for me at least, things of beauty. But do they ride? Well, in a minute, I'll find out when we both head over for a spot of lunch at his local hostelry. Back in Alresford, Hampshire, I'm visiting Steve Hilary of Red Max Speed Shop, one of the godfathers of the new wave custom scene. Not only does he build these stunning Ducatis, he also creates stuff like this, a Harley Sportster disguised as a British calf racer. It may look incredible, but does it ride? So we're heading out to Steve's local pub to meet up with some kindred spirits. Immediately the riding position delights. The marriage between American Iron and British calf racer is actually something to savour. For me, she's a touch top heavy at slow speed, but when you open her up she handles predictably and nimbly negotiates the beautiful country lanes, keeping up with Steve's crazy Norton. All too quickly though, we're at Steve's local. Well, life doesn't get much better than this, does it, hey? A glorious ride over to Steve's local bike meet for a spot of lunch. Hey look, I'll show you a couple of bikes that I love in the car park. Amongst the usual divine array of pretty standard British bikes, there lurks a few gems. Take Tony's stunning flat tracker. It's his daily ride, and he's just ridden it to Cornwall and back, probably with a few fuel stops.
It's a 1972 Tiger.
Yep.
Everything taken off, and a few things put back on, really.
And what I love is what is put back on is for go, not show.
Yeah, it's a lightened and balanced crank, Morgo 750, E134 cams. This is a bike made in a shed.
That's what I love about it, mate. It's absolutely beautiful, Fred. If you want an example of how this shed-built scene has actually been around for decades, check out Billy's utterly glorious little Triumph, complete with bobber seat and a fantastic patina that verges on uber cool wrecker. Billy, tell me about this glorious bike.
This bike I found in the back of an old yard in Oakland, California in 1973. It was in a chicken pen.
Was it?
It was covered in feathers, and the primary side where the guy had taken it off was below ground level. It had been there that long.
Was there seat on it?
Yeah, it was. I had that covered maybe 30 years ago again because it wore out the original seat. That's a Bates.
This isn't an affair with this. This is a long-term marriage since 1973. Why
Yeah.
haven't you got rid of it? Is it part of you now?
Yeah, I think when I bought this, and I thought this is such a nice old bike, I'm going to keep this whatever happens. This is my old darling, you know, I put it out the shed, it feels comfortable, it's like putting on an old coat or a pair of shoes or something, you know?
Billy's love affair with this bike has endured decades, both in California and now here in Hampshire. The scenery may well have changed, but Billy's self-confessed hippie vibes, fortunately, never will. Tell me, Billy, are you still a hippie then?
I've got hippie tendencies.
Have you?
But like Dennis Hopper said in Easy Rider, I never thought of myself as a freak, but I sure like to freak.
Well, what a wonderful day this has been, hey? And hopefully seeing all these specials might just inspire you to get in the shed and build your very own dream bike.